What shrinkage is not a sign that your hair is like mad at you or something's wrong with your hair or like it ruins your hairstyle. Our hair is beautiful as is, but it isn't beautiful unless you believe your hair on your head is beautiful. You can't wait for other people to tell you your hair is beautiful in order for you to wear it out. Howdy, hey babes, welcome back to my channel. I'm Evie, Aswiti, and today I'm doing this video on viewers' requests. I'm talking about shrinkage, texturism, and embracing it, and how to really embrace shrinkage in a world full of texturism. So if that interests you, then keep on watching. First and foremost, I think with natural hair and hair texture, a lot of girlies really want to feel comfortable in their natural hair, number one. Like, that's kind of the common trope that I've been getting from the YouTube streets and in real life when I meet people about wearing your natural hair and feeling confident in it. Now, when the natural hair movement was really popular in like 2011 to like 2015, I think, was like the era that I remember. A lot of natural hair gurus had a lot of more of a looser hair texture. I'm not really remembering like what the hair type would be in that hair typing system, which I'm not really a big fan of, to be honest, like the hair typing system, but I guess for reference, maybe like the type 3 hair curls. Maybe if we're getting the type 4, maybe 4A curls, but nothing lower than like 4A. Those were the curls that I guess people would fetishize and like admire as being acceptable to wear out as your natural hair. I think with shrinkage, how that relates to that is when you have shrinkage, it definitely makes your hair look shorter than what it is. And I think with texturism and having a tighter texture of hair, you're gonna have more shrinkage. And having more shrinkage is going to accentuate the fact that you don't have that coveted hair texture that was deemed as a better type of natural hair or good hair when it came to wearing your curly, kinky, coarser or finer type hair out instead of opting in for extensions, a wig, or anything else like braids or what have you. So my hair is in a wash and go style. That's my signature style for natural hair. I'm a bit of a lazy natural, so I don't like manipulating my hair too much or pulling my scalp or anything with doing like a twist out or braid out or braids. I'm not that type of natural girly, but my hair is type 4 hair, but I wouldn't consider my hair 4C hair or having the tightest of tight textured hair. And that was something in my last video about femininity in natural hair that was pointed out. And for me and my story, it took a while for me to wear my hair without like fluffing it up, like having like a comb and picking out the shape and embracing shrinkage. Now, what shrinkage is not a sign that your hair is like mad at you or something's wrong with your hair or like it ruins your hairstyle, to me, in my opinion. I think shrinkage is a sign of great health. It's a sign of elasticity. It's a sign that your curl pattern isn't compromised. And it's a sign that your hair is moisturized when you have shrinkage. And for me, doing the wash and goes every day, I rather allow my hair to expand on its own throughout the day when it fully dries than to really feel insecure about the fact that my hair looks a lot shorter than it really is. I mean, if I were to like pull my hair and like pull it to the front, like I have a good amount of hair length that is pretty much a part of like my hair and what it looks like if it was straightened. But what I'm coming on here to tell you is that embracing shrinkage is not something that's night and day, given the fact that the whole natural hair movement put a certain hair texture on a pedestal. And some might consider my hair texture being something that's more pedestalized than a 4C hair texture or a tighter hair texture, right? Or 4Z. I heard 4Z like used in a cheeky way to say like that's like the tightest hair, like the hair that's like the toughest. But I think it's important for us to not use such like, I don't know, like negative or like unruly terms for tighter hair textures, because it does feed into texturism and the prejudice of people that have tighter hair that may make them feel self-conscious about having hair that is not what is socialized as acceptable. And I think it's important to know that our hair is beautiful as is, but it isn't beautiful unless you believe your hair on your head is beautiful. You can't wait for other people to tell you your hair is beautiful in order for you to wear it out. That's number one. Whew, this kombucha is really eating it up. I love kombucha, by the way, if you haven't noticed. I love kombucha. You need to believe and have your thoughts change and mindset change around your hair and its texture. I don't care if you have type 3 hair or type 2 hair and type 4 hair. Start to change your mind around your hair texture, okay? Because that's gonna make you really understand that when your hair shrinks and it's showing itself in its raw form where it's healthy, it has the right protein in it, it has moisture in it, and it's not trying to frizz up and give, you know, a sign that it's thirsty, you'll grow to love your hair. And when you grow to love your hair, that's when people are gonna notice that you love your hair and they love your hair. Even if you haven't gotten to that point of self-love yet, your hair will still be complimented from other people. Like even me, when I wasn't really liking my hair unstretched, I understood that it was something that was a process, and I wasn't gonna keep shaming myself into not liking my hair enough. You know what I mean? On TikTok, there was this creator called Lip Gloss, and she's no longer on TikTok anymore, but she had a viral moment about wearing her hair unshrunken and unstretched. It was a viral video because she made a comment about the type of men she could pull with that type of hair, but it's really not a focus I want to put on this channel about like the male gaze and texturism and shrinkage. I want this video to be about how shrinkage is something that is a relationship with yourself and your own beauty, your own image, and your own likeness into how you present yourself in the world. I think if we're having all of these Black models that are some of the most beautiful women in the world wear their hair shrunken and rock it with high fashion and even in normal fashion, I think that's an aesthetic that is very beautiful. And if that's something that you want to explore and rock, then do that, you know? Shrinkage is something that is important to consider when you have an afro in particular, like mine, that you consider the haircut that you have and the shape that you have so that you like your shrinkage more. If my hair wasn't cut into a shape, I don't think I would like my hair and shrinkage, because the shape of your hair is what really makes it into the style that looks intentional. My hair is cut in a bob, but I have rounded layers in the back where my hair has volume on the sides a bit more and the back, so that like my tapered parts here are shorter because my hair is cut in the bob. So those hairs are going to be shorter than the top of my head hairs if it was straightened. So if you want to explore embracing your hair and wearing it shrunken, really consider your haircut when it's straightened, because your haircut when it's straightened is gonna affect the shape of your hair when it's curly or kinky or coily. Another thing about embracing shrinkage is that shrinkage can definitely be annoying when you want volume in your hair. I know for me, I do love volume, right? But I've learned that the more I wore my hair straight out the shower, and let's say I didn't have time to blow dry it or diffuse it, and I just kind of like made sure I patted it down and, you know, had a good shape, maybe sometimes did my edges, and just went about my day, and it wasn't like dripping wet, but just like a bit damp, and I let it air dry in the, you know, the heat outside. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my hair and how beautiful my curls are and how healthy it looks, you know? Granted, it doesn't look long, you know what I mean? But I feel like when you have shrinkage, it's kind of the equivalent, if you have my hair length, of having like a pixie cut, you know? And if you like pixie cuts, I think you could embrace shrinkage and see it as like a curly version of a pixie cut, especially since it will have like more of an emphasis of the definition of your hair if you like that, like if you want to use a gel on your curls, or if you don't want to use a gel on your curls, it'll still enhance the definition of your hair because it's shrunken, but it'll enhance like the volume of the hair throughout the day as it expands, and you let your hair do what it wants versus forcing it to do something else and to mold it in the way that you want. I know there's a place for that, like if you're having an event and you want your fro or natural hair to look a certain way, and you can use styling products to manipulate that. But I don't think shrinkage should be something that's a bad thing, you know? I don't think shrinkage should be something that you tug and toil and argue with your hair in the morning or on your Sundays or wash days, and you're just dreading it. Because I truly believe that our thoughts become things, and we should just accept that our hair wants to do what it wants to do. It's curly, kinky, coily hair. It's meant to be curly. So if we're trying to, you know, manipulate our hair to be a certain way, let's say you did a braid out or a perm rod set or something, and then you're upset that your hair is shrinking because it's humid outside, it's like, yeah, because that's nature. Hair that is curly and hair that is dehydrated or dry is gonna want moisture, so it's gonna shrink if it receives moisture. So just change your mind about seeing it as a good thing. Like, I would be upset if my hair didn't have shrinkage, and I've been through that before of not having shrinkage in my hair anymore because I just straightened it way too much and my hair pattern was just not it. And if that's a look you're going for, then that's, you know, a separate video. But shrinkage is something that's a beautiful thing. And I also think that in a world full of texturism, if you wear your hair out more with shrinkage, with confidence, and with a posture of love for natural hair and a love for yourself, then I don't think texturism can beat you, can defeat you, or can define who you are. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. My name's Evie, Aswiti. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about how you feel about shrinkage. Would you ever wear your hair in a shrunken state and feel beautiful? That is kind of a loaded question, but it's an important question. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Always know that you glow for a living because you're living within, beyond skin deep. And I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.